Hi students, good evening to all of you. In the last session we have learnt about the symbols and elements, and we have to find the valency and how to calculate the valency of elements. Now I am going to give the lecture regarding to what is cation, what is anion, and types of cations and types of anions. So when the ions will be formed, generally ions are formed by the either loss of electrons or gain of electrons by an atom. For suppose I will take one atom. Whenever atom loss of electrons, then only form the cation, positive charge ion. When the atom is there, gain of electron, then only form anion. We know that cations are positively charged ions. Cations are positively charged ions. Positively charged ions. Anions are negatively charged ions. Anions are negatively charged ions. Here you should remember that this anion is formed by the gaining of electrons. Whenever atom is there, the atom gaining of electrons to form anion. Whenever atom is capable to loss of electrons, then only form cation. Why the atom is donating electron or gaining electron? What is the reason? Attain for stability. Some atoms of the elements, if the loss of electrons, then only attain stability. Some atoms of the elements, when the gain of electrons, then only they attain stability. Which elements are easily loss of electrons to form cations? Generally, the atom of the elements are metals. Metals have the tendency to loss of electrons or donate the electrons from their valence shell to attain stability, then only form cation. Which atoms of the elements gain of electrons? Generally, non-metals like fluorine, chlorine, nitrogen, oxygen. Generally, gases are taken as a non-metals. Whenever non-metals are there, non-metals are capable to gaining of electrons to form a negative charged ion. That negative charged ion we are called as anions. Generally, if you here observe that, have a look at the screen once. Here neutral atom will be there. Neutral atom means neither positive charge nor negative charge. That means charge is zero. When this neutral atom loss or donating electrons, then only form the cation. When the neutral atom, if the neutral atom whenever gaining of electrons or accepting the electrons, then only form anions. Anions are negative charged particles. That's why here put minus charge. Cations are generally having positively charged particles. That's why kept that one word is plus. Here you should take that one. Generally, how to form the cation and how to form the anion? Generally, in that one, you should observe that cations are formed by loss of electrons, anions are formed by gain of electrons. You should remember that point. In that cations, compare with electron number, which number is more? Compare with electron number, protons are more. Protons, where it is located? Center of the atom. That center is called nucleus. So when the positive charge is increases in the nucleus, when compare with electrons, then only form net is positive charge. That means simply said cations. In the cations, more protons than electrons. Compare with electron number, which number is more? Proton number is more, then only form what is cations. If you take anions, anions means net charge is negative. When it is net charge is negative, compare with the proton number, that means compare with the positive charge, which is more? Negative charge is more. Negative charge, which is having the negative charge? Electrons are having negative charged particles. Protons are having positive charged particles. Compare with the proton number. Which number is more? Compare with the proton number. Which number is more? Electron number is more. So electron is negative charge. Negative charge is more. So when the negative charge is more, then only form anion. Anions is nothing but negatively charged ions. Anions are negatively charged ions. Clear, Nana? Have you understood or not? Generally, cations, you should observe that in the cations, compare with electron number, which number is more? Proton number is more. So net positive charge is more. Generally anions you should take that. In the anions what will happen? Compare with the proton number, which number is more? Electron number is more. In this diagram have you look at once. Here how many protons are there? 4 protons. How many electrons are there? 3 electrons. So compare with the electron number, proton number is more. That's why what it will be formed? The resultant ion is a cation, because 3 electrons are there, 4 protons are there, which are having more number particles are there. Protons are more. That's why the resultant ion is cation. Here you should observe that how many protons are there? 4 protons. How many electrons are there? Count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Electron number is more. 5 electrons. So compare with the proton number. Which number is more? Electron number is more. That's why the resultant ion is called anions. Have you understood, Nana? It is very easy concept. After that, according to modern chemistry, what is the definition of valency? Generally, the number of electrons loses or number of electrons gains or shared by an atom to achieve stable electronic configuration during the formation of chemical compound, that is called valency. Generally, metals you should take that one. In the previous slide I explained that metals are capable to donating the electrons to form cations. Why the metals can be converted into ions, metallic ions? What is the reason? Attain for stability. Compare with neutral atom, cation is more stable. That's why when the neutral atom is donating electrons to form cation, that is having more stable. So some atoms of the elements like non-metals, chlorine, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, that type of non-metals are gaining of electrons, then only form anions. It is having more stable. From where it is loss of electrons and gain of electrons? From their valency shell. In the last session I had explained that for suppose all these are complete circles, but I have shown here only semicircles. This is first orbit, second orbit, third orbit and fourth orbit. Which is the last shell here? Last shell is fourth shell. This shell is called valency shell. This shell is called valency shell. In this shell, is there any electrons are present in it? Those electrons are called valency electrons. Those electrons are called valency electrons. Generally, in the valency shell, whenever 8 electrons are there in their valency shell, that atom of the element satisfies octet rule. The atom of the element which are having 8 electrons in their valence shell, that atom of the element which satisfies the octet rule. When the atom of the element satisfies octet rule, generally it is more stable. Generally it is more stable. Generally most of the atoms of the elements in their valency shell, have you observed that the containing electrons are either less than 8 electrons. That means they have less number of electrons. That means when they are having less than 8 electrons, they want to need stability. Some atoms of the elements, they have more than 8 electrons. So then what happen means, attain for stability, maybe they lost electrons, maybe gain electrons. Cations are formed by loss of electrons, anions are formed by gain of electrons, then only those atoms of the ions are attain stability. So here the number of electrons loses or gains or shared by an atom to achieve the stable electronic configuration during the formation of chemical compound, that is called valency. I will give more examples for this. Have you observed that? Octet rule. Atoms gain or lose electrons to have 8 electrons in their valency shell. To have 8 electrons in their valency shell. So when the elements with more than 4 valency electrons, it is having, observe that here, if you take an atom in their valency shell, 1, 2, 3 electrons are there, then their valency is equals to, how much will be there? Their valency is equals to their numbers. How much here? 1. So the atom of the element is valency 1. If the atom of the element is having 2 electrons in their valence shell, then the atom of the element valence is 2. If the atom of the element 3 electrons are there in their valence shell, that valence is equals to 3. So whenever less than 4 electrons will be there, the valency of an element, how can we find out? Means in their valence shell how many electrons are there? 1 electron is there, then the atom of the element valence is 1. 2 electrons are there, the atom of the element valence is 2. 3 electrons are there, the atom of the element valence is 3. For suppose, for better understanding, here I give one example. Look at the ones. Sodium you should take, Nana. Atomic number how much, Nana? 11. So 11 atomic number, 11 protons, 11 electrons are there. We know that. Now sodium containing how many electrons? 11 electrons or not? Is it correct or not? 11 electrons. In the first shell how many electrons are there? In the first shell it is having 2 electrons, because the maximum number of electrons present in any orbit formula is 2n square. In the formula of 2n square you should put the value n value 1, then it will becomes 2. In the second orbit, maximum number of electrons how much? In the second orbit n value how much? 2. So 2 into 2 square, 2 into 4 is equals to how many electrons? 8. So in the second shell 8. So out of 11 electrons we had already completed 10 electrons. 2 plus 8. Remaining how many electrons are there? Only 1 electron is there. This 1 electron, where it is present in it? That 1 electron is present in which orbit? Which orbit? So this is first orbit. First orbit containing 2 electrons. Second orbit will be there, that is having 8 electrons in sodium atom. In the third orbit it is having how many electrons? 1 electron. Now how many electrons? Sodium is the metal. Is it correct or not? Sodium, magnesium, aluminum, all these are metals. Metals are always capable to donating the electrons. Here one question is arised. How many electrons are donating by sodium atom? Sodium gets stability. How many electrons sodium atom loses if it gains stability? If it lose 1 electron, if it is donating 1 electron, this sodium atom, if it is donating 1 electron from their valence shell, then it is having how many electrons in their valence shell? If it is donate this 1 electron, now in their valence shell how many electrons are there? 8 electrons. Whenever 8 electrons are there, it will be more stable, because that satisfies octet rule. So sodium donate or loss 1 electron like this. 1 electron donates from their valence shell, then only form cation. How many electron loses? 1. That's why plus 1. Whenever 1 electron loses, now sodium in their valence shell how many electrons are present in it? Sodium, how many electrons are present in it in their valence shell? This 1 electron is donated, then sodium is having 8 electrons in their valence shell. In the initial, sodium is having 11 electrons, 2 plus 8 plus 1. But this 1 electron is donated. Now in their valence shell how many electrons are there? Valence shell means which one? Second shell. How many electrons are there? 8 electrons are there. Then this one will be gets stability. So compare with the sodium atom, which is more stable, Anna? Sodium plus 1 ion. Sodium plus is the positive charge. That means cation is more stable. Compare with the atom, sodium cation is the more stable. How to get stability by sodium atom? Simple answer, what it is? By lossing of electron. By lossing of 1 electron, or by donating of 1 electron to attain stable electronic configuration. Like stable electronic configuration means in their valence shell 8 electrons is there, then the ion satisfies octet rule. Which atom or which ion satisfies octet rule? Generally it is more stable. Good. Either another one you should observe that. So metals always donating the electrons. If the donating electrons are less than 4 will be there. Here how many will be there? 1 electron. For suppose in their valence shell 2 will be there, that is less than 4, that's why valence is 2. If that valence shell containing 3 electrons less than 4, that's why that valence is 3. Whenever number of electrons are valence shell, number of valence electrons are less than 4, then outermost electrons or valency electrons is considered as a valency number of that regarding element. Another one you should take. Here, non-metal, you should observe that fluorine is the non-metal. Non-metals are always capable to gaining of electrons or accepting of electrons. Here fluorine atomic number 9, so 9 electrons are there. In that 9 electrons, in the first orbit how many electrons are there? 2 electrons. Out of 9 electrons, we had already used 2 electrons. Shortage how much? 7 electrons. So 7 electrons means greater than 4 electrons or not? 7 electrons means greater than 4 electrons. Then how to find the valency? We can easily find the valency. How can we find the valency here? That valency of an element whenever greater than 4 electrons, valency is simply find that 8 minus number of valency electrons. So 8 minus 7 electrons means what? 7 electrons means in their valence shell 7 electrons are there. 7 electrons means greater than 4 electrons. Whenever greater than 4 electrons, how to calculate the valency? 8 minus number of valency electrons. So 8 minus, here number of valency electrons how much? In the atom? 7. So 8 minus 7 means 1. That's why fluorine valency how much? 1. Have you understood or not? Generally fluorine whenever add electron, that means gaining of electron, then only form negative charged ion. That negative charged ion is called anion. That negative charged ion is called anion. How many electrons is gaining? 1 electron. That's why here I put that one charge 1. 2 electrons gains means minus 2. 3 electrons gains means minus 3, like that. So here simply understood, metals are capable to loss of electrons to form cation, then only they attains stability. Non-metals are whenever gaining of electrons or accepting of electrons or withdrawing electrons, then only to form anion. Anions are satisfying octet rule. That's why they will be more stable. So when the fluorine atom gain 1 electron, now fluoride ion will be formed. In this anion valence shell you should observe that. Have you look at once? How many electrons are there? 8 electrons. Whenever 8 electrons are there, is it satisfies octet rule or not? Exactly, it is satisfies octet rule. That's why here fluorine atom will be there and fluorine ion will be there. Fluorine atom there. When the fluorine atom gaining of 1 electron, then only form fluoride ion will be there. F minus 1 ion is called fluoride ion, which is more stable. F minus 1 ion is more stable. Why it is more stable? Fluoride ion, in their valence shell how many electrons are there? 7. But octet rule means how many electrons are essential? 8. So shortage of 1 electron is there. When it gains 1 electron, then it satisfies octet rule. 7 electrons will be there, gaining 1 electron, then only it will be converted into 8 electrons. But fluorine atom properties are different. Fluoride ion properties are different. Fluoride ion means F minus 1. 1 electron changes, entire that particle properties will be changes. That is the importance of electron. So according to this, valency of an element in their valency shell, less than 4 electrons will be there. Then how to find the valency means in their outermost shell or valence shell how many electrons are present in it, those electrons are considered as valency. But when some elements you have taken that one, in their valency shell more than 4 electrons will be there. In this case of fluorine, 7 electrons are there. 7 electrons means more than 4. Whenever more than 4 electrons will be there, then how to find the valency means formula 8 minus number of valence electrons. 8 minus number of valence electrons in fluorine, 7 will be there. 8 minus 7 is nothing but 1. So this is the octet rule and how to find the valency, either by loss of electrons or by gaining of electrons. And here you should observe cations. These are also called electropositive ions. Electropositive ions. Electropositive ions. Cations are also called as basic radicals. What is basic radicals. Cations or electropositive ions or basic radicals. Generally, cations are capable to loss of electrons or donating of electrons from their valence shell to attain stability. But these cations can be mainly classified into four types. What it is? Monovalent cations, bivalent cations. Of course, these are also called as monovalent electropositive ions or monovalent basic radicals. Bivalent cations or bivalent electropositive ions or bivalent basic radicals, as well as trivalent cations. This is also called as trivalent electropositive ions or trivalent basic radicals. Fourth one is tetravalent electropositive ions or tetravalent cations or tetravalent basic radicals. So cations mainly classified into four types: monovalent cations, bivalent cations, trivalent cations, as well as tetravalent cations. In this one, first one, what will be there? Monovalent cations. What is monovalent cations? Generally, monovalent cations, charge how much will be there? They are having the charge is +1. That means these atoms of the element loss of how many electrons? 1 electron. So monovalent cations are, what it is monovalent cation? The cations are formed by loss of 1 electron or donating 1 electron from their valence shell, then only form the monovalent cations. So when the charge is +1 will be there, generally they are considered as monovalent cations because those atoms of the elements loss of 1 electron or donating 1 electron from their valence shell to attain stability. They have stable electronic configuration by losing of 1 electron. Those ions are called monovalent cations. Acha. Here name you should observe that lithium ion. Lithium ion charge is +1. That means lithium atom loss of how many electrons? 1 electron. Then only it attains stability. That means compare with lithium atom, lithium +1 is more stable. Lithium +1 cation is more stable. That's why this lithium ion charge how much? +1. Sodium. Sodium is also the example of monovalent cation, as well as potassium is also example of monovalent cation. Whenever monovalent will be there, charge how much will be there? +1 charge will be present in it. Of course, plenty of examples are there. For better understanding, I have taken few examples here. And another one, copper will be there. Here copper, Cu +1 ion will be there. Lithium, Li +1 will be there, means they are examples of monovalent cation. So potassium is the example of monovalent cation. Silver, according to non-English name, that name is argentinum. In the language of chemistry, I had explained that silver is nothing but argentinum. English name is silver, non-English name like Latin name is argentinum. So this silver is the example of monovalent cation, and sodium is also example of monovalent cations. That means these cations are formed by loss of or donating of 1 electron from their valence shell. That's why they are examples of monovalent cations. Which one? Ammonium ion. NH4+1 ion is called ammonium ion, NH4+. Ammonium ion, copper ion, lithium ion, potassium ion, silver ion, sodium ion. Here in the given examples, in the copper, within the square bracket 1 will be there. Why it will be put that 1? Later I will explain that. All are examples of monovalent cations. After that, what will be there? Bivalent cations. What are the bivalent cations? Generally bivalent cations charge generally +2 will be there. Charge +2 means how can you understand? These cations are formed by loss of how many electrons? 2 electrons. From where it is loss of electrons? Valence shell. If it is loss of electrons, what will happen? It attains more stability. So then only form what it is? The bivalent cations. So bivalent cations, for suppose M is the atom, it lost how many electrons? 2 electrons from their valence shell. Whenever loss, plus charge will becomes. Loss means we can put the charge on the atom plus. Gain means we can put the charge is minus. So loss of 2 electrons. Loss means plus. How many electrons? 2. So when the atom of the element loss of 2 electrons from their valence shell, then only form what is bivalent cation. Then only form the bivalent cation. So bivalent cations, generally these type of cations are formed by the loss of or donation of 2 electrons from their valence shell. Which are the best examples of bivalent cations? Generally monovalent cations examples, if you take lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, ammonium, argentinum, like that. If you take bivalent cations, magnesium ion Mg plus 2, because their charge is plus 2. Have you understood now? If you take calcium ion, Ca plus 2, so charge is plus 2. Zinc ion in their valence shell plus 2. 2 electrons it will be donated, then only zinc plus 2 ion will be formed. So zinc atom can be converted into zinc plus 2 ion by lossing of how many electrons? Loss of 2 electrons. So whenever loss of 2 electrons from their valence shell, the resultant ion is called bivalent cation. So zinc plus 2 is the example of bivalent cations. Generally bivalent cations charge is plus 2. I hope that you could understand that. I will take example why it is plus 2. If you take magnesium, atomic number 12 will be there. Atomic number 12 means how to write that one? In the first shell 2 electrons are there. Second shell 8 electrons are there. By using the formula, what is 2n square? The maximum number of electrons present in any orbit formula is 2n square. In the first orbit n value 1, put that one in the formula of 2n square, then we will get the electrons are 2. N value 2, put that one within the formula, we will get 8 electrons. N value 3, put that one, then how many electrons will be there? 2. Total magnesium atomic number 12, that's why 12 electrons. How to arrange that? In the first shell 2 electrons are there, second shell 8 electrons are there, and the third shell it is having 2 electrons. So magnesium is loss of how many electrons, then only attain stability? Could you please tell me how many electrons loses, then only it is attain stability? 2 electrons, because this metal, magnesium is the metal always capable to donating electrons. When the 2 electrons donated by magnesium atom, then magnesium ion, it is having how many electrons? 8 electrons. So whenever 8 electrons there, is it satisfies octet rule or not? Exactly, it satisfies octet rule. When the atom of the element satisfies octet rule, it is naturally more stable due to the obey of octet rule. So magnesium is the metal, it is capable to donation of 2 electrons from their valence shell. So when it is donating 2 electrons, donating means or loss means plus. How many electrons donating from their valence shell? 2. That's why plus 2. Then how many electrons are there? The first shell 2 electrons, remaining 8. Whenever 8 electrons are there, it satisfies octet rule. The atom or ion which is having 8 electrons in their valence shell, they must be satisfies octet rule. In the Mg plus 2 ion, in their valence shell containing 8 electrons, that's why it satisfies octet rule. Whenever octet rule, it is generally more stable. So loss of 2 electrons, then only form which ion? Bivalent cation or bivalent electropositive ion or bivalent basic radical, whatever it may be, everything is correct. So bivalent cation is formed by loss of how many electrons? 2 electrons from their valence shell. So that's why magnesium, in their valence shell 2 electrons are there. If the magnesium atom is donating these 2 electrons, then only the resultant cation Mg plus 2 satisfies the octet rule and it is more stable. That's why the formation of Mg plus 2 ion is the example of bivalent cation. Here valency of magnesium how much? Here 2 electrons are there, magnesium atom. In their valence shell 2 electrons are there. 2 electrons is less than 4 electrons. Whenever the valency electrons less than 4 will be there, the number of valency electrons is considered as a valency of the particular element. So 2 is the less than 4 electrons. 2 electrons are the less than of 4 electrons. That's why the valency of magnesium is 2. This is the data regarding to which one? Bivalent cations. I have given few examples of bivalent cations. Magnesium ion, calcium ion, zinc ion. They are having the charges +2. Of course, here observe that which are the examples of bivalent cations. Barium ion, Ba+2. Ba is always, barium is having a +2 charge. That's why this is example of bivalent cations. This is the example of all these are examples of bivalent cations. Which are barium, calcium +2. Always calcium is +2 charge. That is the example of bivalent cation. And plus ion, iron 2 ion, Fe+2 ion, lead 2, Pb+2 ion, magnesium always +2 charge, nickel 2, nickel 2+ ion, strontium Sr2+ ion, tin 2, Sn+2 ion, zinc Zn+2 ion. These are the examples of bivalent cations. Obviously, trivalent cations, you know that one, what it is. Trivalent cations, simple. The cations are formed by the loss of how many electrons? 3 electrons from their valency shell, then only form trivalent cations. So if the atom of an element, if it is capable to donating 3 electrons from their valency shell, then the resultant cation is called trivalent cation. So trivalent cation charge how much? +3. +3. That means if you take an atom of an element, M is the atom of an element, if it loses or loss of 3 electrons, then only form what is? Loss means plus. How many electrons loses? 3. So whenever the atom of an element loss of 3 electrons from their valency shell, then only form what is? Trivalent cations. Then only form the trivalent cations. In the trivalent cations, examples are there. Ferric ion, Fe+3. Charge how much? +3 for ferric ion. Auric ion, charge is +3. Aluminium ion, charge is +3. Aluminium ion symbol Al+3. Auric ion symbol Au+3. Ferric ion symbol Fe+3. So in the examination question, how to frame that? What is the ferric ion symbol? Symbol of ferric ion is Fe+3. Or among the following, which is the trivalent cation example? In that options, one is, this option will be present in it. Maybe this one, or maybe this one, or this one. Trivalent cation means it is having the charge +3, valency also 3. And trivalent cations examples, the cations are formed by the loss of 3 electrons from their valency shell. That is called trivalent cations. If you take the few more examples of trivalent cations here given. Aluminium. In the aluminium cation, you should observe that here. Aluminium cation charge how much? So +3. That's why this is the example of trivalent cation. This is the example of trivalent cation. As well as iron 3. This is having the charge +3. So iron 3 or ferric ion is the example of trivalent cation. After that, have a look at once. Tetravalent cations are there. What will be there? Tetravalent cations. Tetravalent cations or tetravalent electropositive ions or tetravalent basic radicals. These cations are formed by the loss of how many electrons? Loss of 4 electrons. From where it is loss of 4 electrons? From their valency shell. From their valency shell. If it is donating the electrons, what is that use? It attains more stability. Due to the reason it satisfies octet rule. So when the atom of the element loss of 4 electrons from their valency shell, then the atom of the element which satisfies octet rule. When it is having satisfies octet rule, it is more stable. So stability purpose, some atoms of the elements loss of 1 electron, Some atoms of the elements loss of 2 electrons. Some atoms of the elements loss 3 electrons. Some atoms of the elements loss of 4 electrons. Whenever electrons loses to form cation, but 1 electron loses, it forms monovalent cations. 2 electrons loses, it forms bivalent cations. 3 electron loses, trivalent cations. Of course, 4 electrons loses from their valence shell, then that atom of the element is having tetravalent cations. Here given tetravalent cations means charge how much, Nana? Charge is plus 4. That is tetravalent cations. Tetravalent cations, charge how much will be there? Plus 4. Lead 4 is the example of which one? Tetravalent cation. As well as tin 4 is the example of tetravalent cations. This is the types of cations. And if you take after that you should observe here variable valency. What is variable valency? Some atoms of the elements exhibit more than one valency, that is called variable valency. Like for suppose if you take that one, sodium is always having only one charge, plus 1. That's why that is example of monovalent cation. Magnesium is always shows plus 2 charge. That's why that is the example of bivalent cations. Aluminium, you should observe that always having the charge is plus 3. That's why trivalent cations. So generally each element shows only one valency, either monovalent or bivalent or trivalent or tetravalent. But few elements are there, few metals are there, they will show variable valency. That means more than one valency. I will give one example, you can easily understand. For the better understanding, I will give one example. If you take copper, of course this is the English name. Non-English name of is called cuprum. Copper is nothing but cuprum. Copper symbol what, Nana? Cu. Generally this copper is exhibiting two valencies. What that valence is? Plus 1 is exhibited, plus 2 will be exhibited. Carbon, the metal which contains more than one valency, not only a plus 1 but it is also having the charge plus 2. This is called variable valency. Then copper is having a plus 1 charge is possible, copper is having a plus 2 charge will be there. Generally in this plus 1 and plus 2, which is lower valency? Which is having lower valency? Plus 1 plus 2. Obviously plus 1 is lower valency. So the end of the metal name is, you should write us. The end of the metal name you should write us. Plus 1 plus 2, which is higher valency? Plus 2. End of the metal name is ik. So plus 1 will be there, us will be comes, plus 2 will be there, ik will be comes. So when the one element is having more than one valency, like two valencies are there, which is lower valency, end of the metal name you should put that one us. Which is having higher valency, end of the metal name you should put that one ik. So here cuprum will be there. Copper or cuprum plus 1 will be there. So cuprum plus us, Cu plus 1 ion is called cuprous ion, because cuprum plus us, cuprous ion. Cu plus 2, generally it is called ik. Cuprum plus ik, cuprum plus ik ion is called cupric ion. So cuprous ion is the example of monovalent cation. Cupric ion is the example of bivalent cation. Understood or not? Cuprous ion or cupric ion. Otherwise you have to write the name simply. How to write this? Cuprum is also called copper. Plus 1 charge will be there. That within the square bracket you should write Roman letter copper 1. How to write this one? Copper plus 2. Again you have to write cupric ion. Non-English name copper. Within the Roman letter copper 2. This is correct. This is also correct. So the representation, this is correct. Copper 2. This is Cu plus 1 ion. This is Cu plus 2 ion. So this representation is correct. This representation is correct. Cu plus 1 we can simply write copper 1. Cu plus 2 we can simply write copper 2. Otherwise, this is also called cuprous ion. Cu plus 2 ion is called cupric ion. Why should I use the word acidic when the atom of an element which are having more than one valencies? Here copper should take more than one valency will be there. Two valencies are there. One is plus 1 is possible, plus 2 is possible. Which is having lower valency? Obviously plus 1 is the lower valency. So end of the metal name you should use the word us. Which is higher valency? End of the metal name you should use ic. So this is Cu plus 1. That means cuprum plus us, cuprous. Cu plus 2, cuprum plus ic, cupric ion. This is cuprum, this is ic, cupric. So cuprous ion is the example of monovalent cation. Cupric ion is the example of bivalent cation. I will give another example for this. I will give another example. Iron will be there. We know that iron. This is a non-English name. What Anna? Ferrum. We called English name is iron, but that non-English name is ferrum. Latin name is ferrum. Generally, iron symbol you have to write. What is the symbol of iron? Iron symbol is what is? Fe. This Fe, iron metal, exhibit two valencies. What that valencies are? Plus 2 is possible, plus 3 is possible. In these two, which is lower valency? Could you please tell me plus 2 or plus 3, which is lower valency? Plus 2 is lower valency. That's why end of the metal name us will becomes. Us will become. Plus 3 is higher valency. Compare with plus 2, plus 3 is obviously more. That's why end of the metal name we have to write ic. This is us, this is ic, which is lower valency. End of the metal name we have to write us, which is higher valency. End of the metal name we can put ic. So Fe exhibit two valencies, plus 2, plus 3. Fe means what is? Ferrum. Fe means ferrum. Ferrum. Ferrum means Fe. Of course, this is also called iron, but non-English name is ferrum. So this ferrum, it having the charge plus 2. So this ferrum having the charge plus 3. Both will be possible because it is exhibit variable valency, more than one valency. Plus 2, one valency is possible. Plus 3 also possible for iron. So this name what is? Fe plus 2. End of the metal name what will becomes? Plus 2 means us will becomes. This is non-English name what is? Ferrum. So ferrum plus us ion. Ferrum plus us ion. We are simply write ferrous ion. Ferrous ion. So Fe plus 2 ion is the example of ferrous ion. Obviously plus 3 will be there. Whenever plus 3 will be there, ic will becomes. Iron is called what is? Ferrum. Plus 3 will be there here. So ic. Ferrum plus ic, ferric. Ferric ion. So what is the ferrous ion and what is the ferric ion? What their symbols are? Ferrous ion symbol is plus 2. Ferric ion symbol is plus 3. Why it is called us ion? Why it is called ic ion? Because generally iron exhibit two valencies, plus 2 and plus 3, which is lower valency, plus 2. That's why end of the metal name us, which is higher valency, plus 3. That's why end of the metal name is ic. So Fe plus 2 will gets us ion, Fe plus 3 gets ic ion. But Fe, according to non-English name, this is called ferrum. So ferrum plus us. Ferrum plus us, that is nothing but ferrous. Fe plus 2 ion is ferrous ion. Ferrum plus ic, ferric ion. Ferrous ion is the example of bivalent cation. Ferrous ion is the example of bivalent cation. Ferric ion is the example of ferric ion. Plus 3 will be there. Could you please tell me what is plus 3? Trivalent cation. This is trivalent cation. So ferrous ion and ferric ion. Of course, we can able to write this one. Simply write ferrum is called what on English name? Iron. plus 2 charge will be there. Ferrous ion plus 2 charge will be there. Is it correct or not? That's why within the square brackets you have to write Roman letter 2. Charge you can be represented as Roman letter. Iron 2. That is ferrous ion. Ferrous ion is ferrous ion is also called iron 2. Ferrous ion means Fe plus 2. Ferric ion Fe plus 3. It is also right that ferrum means what is? Iron, non-English name. Within the square bracket, how much charge will be there? Ferric ion plus 3. That's why Roman letters 3. According to non-English name, ferrous and ferric. According to English name, that is called iron 2, iron 3. Iron 3 means, what is the meaning? Ferric ion, Fe plus 3 ion. This plus 3 within the square bracket, it can be written as a Roman letter. And used the word non-English name. What it is used word? English name. Ferrous. Ferrum is the word of non-English name, like Latin word. I hope that you could understand this one. I will take another example. For variable valency, very important. If you take gold, we know that gold, according to, this is English name, non-English name, like Latin name, this is called aurum. Generally, aurum symbol what is? Aurum symbol is Au. This metal is exhibit variable valency. That means more than one valency. It exhibit plus 1 is possible. Of course, plus 3 is possible. Plus 2 does not exhibit. Plus 1 and plus 3 exhibit. So, Au plus 1, Au plus 3. What is the name of this Au plus 1? Generally, plus 1 and plus 3, plus 1 and plus 3, which is lower valency? Plus 1. That's why end of the metal name is Us. Plus 3 is higher valency. Compare with plus 1, plus 3 is higher valency. That's why end of the metal name, you should put that one word is Ik. So, Au plus 1 total name what is? Au means Aurum. Au means what? This symbol is Aurum. Plus 1 charge will be there. That's why we have to write Us. Aurum plus Us, Aurus ion. Aurus ion. Look at the second one. Au symbol will be there. That means Aurum. Plus 3 will be there. Whenever plus 3 will be there, higher valency when it will be there, end of the metal name, we should put that one Ik. Aurum plus Ik. Auric ion. According to non-English names, Au plus 1 is called Rs ion. Au plus 3 is called Auric ion. I hope that you could understand that. Au plus 1 is Rs ion. Au plus 3 is called Auric ion. According to non-English names, Latin names. But if you take in English name, what this one is? Au means what is? Aurum is nothing but what is? Gold. That's why gold is exhibiting two valencies. Gold exhibit. Plus 1 is possible, plus 3 is possible. Plus 1 we can write 1 will be there within the square bracket as a Roman letter. Plus 3 will be there. Gold 3. So gold 1 is nothing but Rs ion. Gold 3 is nothing but Ric ion. Have you understood or not? Gold 1 is called what is? Rs ion. Their symbol is Au plus 1. Another one what it is will be there. Gold 3 is called Au plus 3, and that is called Auric ion. This is the variable valency will be there. How to give the names? We will take another example for variable valency for better understanding, because it is very interesting and important concept.